What up? What up? It's your boy K to the nine. You already know what's good. Salute, salute, man. We in the building. What's good? What's good? All right. Let me first the bomb. My guy Trey. Say Trey. What's up, Trey? Salute, salute, salute. We got Jamal Jackson in the building. Says salute K9. Salute to you. What's good? What's good? Joseph Pondexter says K9. When is your next trip? Shit, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't have no exact date, but those things are always in the making. But I was thinking about going uh April, May, June, July-ish, somewhere in them dates. You know what I'm saying? That's what in the back of my mind, what I was thinking. All right, boom. So the purpose of this live, because I'm big K9, not lowercase K9, big K9. I don't duck no smoke. So we want to talk about the pathway back if you happen to find yourself in a position where you might get your channel demonetized, right? So, I'm laying down, lounging, you know, and kicking it, and I like, oh, let me check this, check that. And I think I was just looking at somebody's live, and I scrolled through I don't know what I was doing. No, actually I was on my phone. I do remember now. I was actually on my phone. I wasn't even, and I seen a email flash up on my phone, and it was from YouTube, and it was strange because like I hadn't really just dropped nothing right then, so it was like I just kind of looked at the email, and it was blurry, so I was like, man, let me look for my glasses. Couldn't find them. Screenshotted it and enlarged it, and it said K9, big K9, you have been demonetized. And I said, what? And I was like, it was like, yeah, man, we've been watching, and we going back, and you've been having like music, you know what I'm saying, copyrighted music on your shit. And I'm like, ain't what? Not me. Hold on, do I? Knowing god darn well I got a bunch of I had a few joints on there. You know what I'm saying? And you start going back, like I ain't got that many, and you start going back, and you're like, damn, I do got a few, and then a light bulb goes off in your head every time you upload a video. When like a red or yellow thing pop up showing that it is some type of copyrighted material on there, right? And so yellow means you're still good. You could possibly make money off the video. You're just gonna profit share. Red means it's past that, or maybe what you use, they have a zero tolerance, or maybe you use too much, or whatever happened. So red is a no-go, yellow is a maybe, green is full steam ahead, right? So that pops up. Anybody that's a YouTuber, and if they're monetized, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Right. So I did remember seeing yellows and reds on my shit, but I had cleaned up my channel a lot as far as I wasn't using as much copyrighted material, bro. I never really used YouTubers copyrighted material, right? So but I had cleaned up my shit where I wasn't really, cause I used to just play shit in my lives. I stopped doing that. Now I would drop actual videos, more recently, where I would dedicate, if I was going to use like a copyrighted something, it would be on an actual video, right? So first and foremost, I want to let you guys know Big K9 is not throwing no boohoo cry me a river party. I'm a big boy. I knew what I was doing when I was doing it. And this is just a lesson you gotta learn. Shout out to Super Trooper, because I felt like this too. If you live for the cheers, man, you gotta be around when the boos come. Like, meaning you can't just show up and be chapped in with your people when everything is just, you know, where it's just a nice warm day, bro. You gotta come out in the winter days too and say, yo, I'm here. You feel me? And so that's basically what this is. All right. And so now I never knew what would happen if you got demonetized, because I never had got demonetized, right? Boom. So that's why I put in the title the pathway back. Now there are, from what I've been researching, it's different ways and levels and severity, right? So if you get demonetized, because I've read up on it, and they send you literature on what's going on with your specific case and in general. So if you get demonetized the way I got demonetized, that's why I said, is there a pathway back? For me, yes. Um, and the reason why there's a pathway back for me, and it might be a pathway back for Super, I don't know. It's a case by case thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, like how you get demonetized, or if they take your channel. Well, I think if they take your channel, that's like the most severe way where there might not be no get back. Now, in my Pacific case, um, so I'm gonna break it down to you guys because it's kind of interesting, man. Because a lot of people, even YouTubers that's way more famous than me, or whatever you want to call it, known than me, been doing this longer than me, may not actually know how this goes because they haven't found themselves on that side of the fence. All right, we got Keith in the building. He said, "What the happened?" Capital Trey said, "The shorts question." And he says, "Told this dude to keep the channel clean." All right, so we're gonna go over it. All right, here we go. So, I can only talk about my case because remember, nothing's all the same for everybody, bro. Because you might have caught a different violation, like, bro, it's different penalties and depend on whatever's going on with your situation. So I'm gonna go to let me go to my stuff real quick so I could be a little more accurate. Okay, let me go to, I didn't have to set up all the way. So now your boy, I'm in the crossroad. Like, do I go live? Do I just chill for a minute? You know what I'm saying? Because, the main way YouTubers make their money is not Cash App, super chats and asset revenue. Not so much Cash App. There are dudes that make a lot of money on Cash App, but that's like the least way we make our bread. So we'll see. But it's not really about that right now. All right. But it is okay, I'm going to keep explaining that in a second. But I want to go over this first. Okay. Now, it tells you examples of what's allowed to be monetized, an example of what's not allowed to be monetized. Boom. Now, for me, it says content is not clearly an original generated of this channel. It may have been repurposed from another source without adding significant original commentary, substance modification or educational or entertainment value. And it goes on, right? So it gives you a couple options, right? I'm not going to read everything, bro. It's a lot. I'm giving you guys the short of what's going on. It says, so these are your options, bro. So when you're trying to figure out if it's a pathway back for you, I don't know if it is or it isn't. This is my Pacific scenario, right? It says first option, appeal by sending a video. If you think we made a mistake, submit appeal telling us why. We will review your appeal and get back to you with the decision within 14 days. Only choose this option if you haven't deleted any videos since your channel was suspended from being monetized. Right? If it says if you don't successfully appeal your suspension for your channel, any and other channels you may operate are also at risk of suspension. So first of all, dudes think, from reading that, dudes think if they have multiple channels on YouTube, if they under the same name, that shit is all linked together, bro. They're gonna come after both of them shits. You know what I'm saying? If you're not successful at beating that appeal. But that's your first option if you happen to find yourself in my particular situation. Option 2. This is the pathway out. If you option 1 and you like, bro, I'm busted, bro. Because first of all, think about this. For them to have flagged your channel, they use some type of AI programming, and we know how good AI is. And then maybe a little human review. You know what I'm saying? But mainly AI flagged your channel, like whatever software they're using, bro. And Yeah, so you just got to know. Now, I'm sure that it can make mistakes, but you just kind of know. You just got to kind of know your situation, right? But option two, right, says edit your channel and reapply. It's that simple. You edit your channel and reapply. But here's the catch: review our feedback, then make changes. Review our feedback, then make changes to your channel. Changes can include editing, but not limited to deleting videos and updating video details. You can reapply, and it gives you a date. I'm not going to say my date right now. I could, but it gives me a specific date, exact date, when I'm eligible to reapply. As long as your channel meets the requirements, uh, yeah, so it's basically as long as your channel meets the requirement. So that's basically what's gonna happen. And okay, boom. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna read that in a second. I didn't even read that part. But damn, why did I click out of that? All right, let me do this real quick. All right, there we go. All right, um so that's the options, bro. Now you may not have those options if you got your channel struck and actually delete it. Like people started striking your channel for using their content. I'm sure that's more of a harsher penalty. You know what I'm saying? Or if you violate it, because they talking about, I gotta find a section of this where it talks about why you're going through this progress, this situation, right? If you violate, what they're telling you, because they have stipulations when you find yourself in this situation, things that you cannot do, can and cannot do while going through this process. It's almost like you caught a court case and you got bail, right? Because like not having bail is like they just took your channel. You about to do some time. Out on bail is like, you may not even ever do no time. You know what I'm saying? Because you fighting a case and it's still a chance that you're gonna have a favorable outcome if you keep your nose clean. Now, but if you happen to get into some shit while you won't bail, right? It will revoke your bail, and then it's going to go to the next severity, which is you losing your channel completely and no way back. So I'm doing this for the educational purposes of people that watch my channel, other content creators, people that think about coming content creators, keeping it real with my viewers, and also other YouTubers that found themselves in this situation, because I've seen Super Trooper. He recently got his channel hemmed up, and he didn't really go into detail. I'm just thinking like it's over for him. It may be over for him, but going through the progress myself, he didn't really break it down of like what's happened. He just seemed like he was just depressed and like forget it. You know what I'm saying? So now the reason why I don't feel bad about it, because like we got to get to a point in life. If I tell dudes online, which I've been known for, right, of saying like, man, you gotta take accountability, right? You gotta take accountability. That means including myself. I gotta take accountability, bro. YouTube didn't screw me over. I screwed myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the opportunity to clean my channel up, take some of them songs off, stop putting them on. I had actually started working on coming up with like songs, and I had some songs too that I didn't get around to posting. Shout out to my guy Rolex. Um, that I was gonna implicate on the channel, and started like I had a whole plan on like just coming up with original songs material that would not get flagged, right? So didn't make it that far. All right, so it's just about taking accountability. All right, cool. So now the things you cannot do when you are finding yourself in a situation and your stuff getting demonetized, bro. You cannot, I repeat, I should go look for it. Let's see if I could find it and read it. I could just say it off the top of the dome of how I kind of remember. Let me see. If I can't find it real quick, then I'll just tell you kind of how I remember it. Mm, all right, I can't find it right now because maybe I'll find it later. But I'll just basically tell you in short things you cannot do while you're going through this situation is you cannot promote uh, another channel that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't come over here and be like, all right, I'm screwed right here. So everybody go over here. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And especially on YouTube, and I believe it said even on maybe like other streaming platforms, you cannot do that. Because if you do, that is a violation of, being in the situation that you're in. So you cannot be like, yo, all right, well, screw that. I'm just gonna go over here. You can't do that. That's one way to make things where it's you in check. You not in checkmate. You in check. And if you do that, you'll put yourself in checkmate. So you cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? That was the main thing that stuck out to me. What was another thing? I should have screenshotted some of it when I was actually reading through it. Obviously, don't continue to violate the YouTube guidelines and policies. Do not further continue down that path. Um, yeah. So those was like the main two things. I there's a list. It shows that's basically what it said. It might have been like but I don't know where it's at because I was reading through so much stuff. I don't know exactly where it's at. But the main thing is do not continue to do what you already got in trouble for, right? And then secondly, do not promote and try to drive traffic from whatever platform you done messed up to another platform. You can't do that. And that's just that's just being real, man. This is Big K9. I don't duck no smoke. I keep it 100. I'm known for that, being in the space, unapologetically real. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'm not crying. I don't expect nobody to feel sorry for me. I did it to myself, and I'm gonna work my way out the scenario. Me, I was just like, okay, cool. Let me find out what I need to do, what I don't need to do, and go from there. So, here we go. I'm gonna read J Now's message. She says, "With all those rules, how does Rello even have a channel? I got banned on Tinder and can't even create an account by YouTube. Doesn't have the same technology to block device. I can't tell you how he does it because I don't do that. But I just know that he's probably gotten to the point where he's in checkmate. He's not in check. He didn't, because remember when his shit first got hemmed up, he tried to post that. Like it's like once you're in trouble, you can't continue on that same path. He kept going on that path and he went from like where I'm at in check to putting himself in checkmate where he got all the way you done. Because they already warning you, like, yo, this is serious. And you blew past that light. So now they're like, all right, we're not even giving you no more chances. And that's where he's at. But how does he continue to do that? I don't know. Shit, maybe make a new, I don't really know, to be honest. But for me, they didn't take my channel because you see, I'm here live streaming on it. They only took my ability to earn AdSense revenues and my ability to get super chats, right? So I can still make money other ways, but I can't make money those ways, right? Because I still got my channel. So they didn't take the channel, they just took my ability to be a part of the YouTube shit partner program. Boom. So for me, it was just like, all right, cool. They didn't take the channel. The people that know me know me. Now I had to make a decision though. So the decision was A, challenge it, B, delete, erase, modify, whatever, and get my channel back in good graces with YouTube. I just decided to delete and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I could have took my time and really combed through it to salvage a lot of material. I still had a lot of material, but some of my good shit too I had to get rid of, like, bro. So it was like, and there was stuff I could have just edited out. It would just take a long time to go through all that, taking shit out and all of that. So I just deleted a lot of stuff where it's just boom, all right, cool, boom. Some stuff I did edit out. I still got to go through more stuff to edit it out, but I made it where it's a manageable task because I didn't want to spend all day doing that. I'm just like, if I'm a content creator, I'm going to create more content. And so it's not that it don't matter. It's just the path that I chose. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like redoing all that work, days trying to salvage material, and I just deleted a lot of it. Like, all right, cool. We still building. And but that's just where we at. All right. Chestnut in the building says, salute Cap 9. Whose channel got demonetized? We are talking about my channel got demonetized. Chestnut 13. He said, oh damn, you got demonetized. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. He says, you a baller, not a beggar. So you didn't need it anyway. Nah, I did need it because bro, I almost had a flight ticket. Oh, that's, you just made me remember now, because it definitely screwed me up. So I had a flight ticket almost in in my cash apps. So I had that almost there. We're not quite there yet. But that's still cool. My cash app's still at the bottom of the screen. Now, the thing is too, the reason why I bring this up, because you just made me think about something. They also said, like, I had a nice YouTube check coming. It was over $800. Just say that. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was over $800 that I had made off of, my AdSense revenues mixed in with super chats and all that stuff, right? Over $800. Now they say, that money is possibly in limbo, but it was like a standard message, right? It wasn't a message that was directly curtailed to me, but they do say you can actually lose the money completely, lose a portion of the money, or get all the money. They just have to go through, and they list things of how you could lose all the money. Now, for me, when I looked at the list of how you could lose all your bread, that you already made that they haven't sent to you, I didn't really break none of those rules. So I'm hopeful that I will still get that money at some point. And they said my money could be in limbo for 90 days for them to sort through that, for me to find out if I'm going to get my money back, a partial of it, all of it back, or none of it back. So and it sucked because that was like, okay, I was working on my flight. That was pretty much like damn near almost my hotel money. It wasn't enough, but it was getting close. I don't always keep my cards close to my chest. I'm not about to tell niggas everything. I'm just telling y'all now because it already played out. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, because I was working, I'll be working on at least to minimum. I want to at least be able to take 2 trips a year. More, obviously the more successful my platform gets, and, I'm in a situation like that. Right? So let me see. I got a notification real quick. I don't know why. Okay, damn. Okay, somebody sent me a cash out. Let me see who it was. I don't know why I don't have my phone right here with the volume up, so I could have heard that. All right. It was from. All right, thank you. It was from the homie Keith. Thank you for the cash app, man. He sent me a cash app. One of the content creators, always supporting content creators, and one of my friends in this YouTube space. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Keith. We still hustling. We still scribing. I got my head up. And he just says, time to lock in. You know what I mean? And I just want to get up here and just show everybody this is what being a man is. This is what being accountable is. And this is me trying to show people that may have got demonetized, have screwed their channel up, if they haven't put themselves in checkmate, how to get back. You know what I'm saying? Come back bigger and stronger than ever. And so, like I said, man, I could sit here, cry me a river, or run and hide and not want to face the criticism or whatever people may say to you, right? But I figured it was more important to me just to be real, how I always do, and educate people so they can see, like, yo, if you got stuff on your channel, you might want to go clean it up, because like I just did a live last night. I didn't play no music or nothing. That wasn't what hemmed my shit up. They went back, so they finally got to me and they like, yo, you got a lot of copyrighted material. And it was only really talking about music because I don't use other YouTubers' content, bro. So, and that was like kind of the stuff that I had on there. Like that was like at least weeks ago. Since I put like something up with, when was the last thing I did? I will delete it now. Let me think of the video I might have did. I did one about the RC shit. That was like already kind of like some weeks ago now. You know what I mean? Like at least over a week. Now, so they went back, bro. It wasn't even that RC one. It was just the accumulation of, not having your channel in the yellow and red. Boom. All right, so there we are. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the cash out. I really appreciate it, Keith. And we still gonna keep building, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep my head high, man. I'm gonna show y'all what, being accountable looks like and walking through the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Walking through the fire and not feeling sorry for yourself. That's where we at right now. All right. Racket Club says, hey, yo, is your super chat money locked up since you are demonetized? Absolutely. It was over $800. It was like close to $900. I was supposed to receive any day now. We do to get our checks any day. And so this happened right around the time where I didn't even get a chance to secure my hotel money for my trip. That was going to be my hotel money, and I had my Cash App money was going to be my money for my flight. You know what I'm saying? And I was just going to try to hustle up my spending money. Boom, boom, boom. Simple. But now I'm like, damn, I don't have all the flight money. I got pretty close, and I lost all the hotel money. Well, it's not necessarily a permanent loss, but it could be a permanent loss. It's just I'm in the dark right now, and I will let you guys know what happened with that. All right, cool, man. I appreciate it, y'all. Somebody sends me another Cash App, man. A nice size one. Thank you so much. Xavier Moore sent you sent you a Cash App. It says for you keeping your head up, Nine. It's grind time. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, man. But I'm not necessarily doing this live for like I said, to do a boohoo party. It's just everyone that I've seen so far getting demonetized, they be so down about it that they don't even tell you the ins and out of what they're going through. So now I'm going through it. I'm like, this is exactly what happens. And far as Super Trooper, he should have a pathway back, I would think. But I don't know. I don't want to speak for him because I don't know. He didn't share that information with me. I just thought like once you got demonetized, that was it. But that's not always the case. So I went through my channel and it really ravaged my channel, bro. Cause I just was like, forget it, bro. I just started taking down a bunch of shit. That would have been cool if I'd have went through some of it and deleted some of that. I probably could have kept some of the dope shit. They would have stalled me out. But since I was accumulating so much that it was just like I ended up losing basically all of it. So I just had to go in there and delete a whole bunch of stuff, bro. A whole bunch of stuff. Some of the stuff I didn't want to delete everything because some of the stuff I could salvage, right? But I just, it might have been alive and we just some copyrighted music got played on that live. I don't have to lose the entire live. But a lot of the stuff I deleted just because I feel like I'm a content creator. I'm gonna keep doing lives. I'm gonna keep doing trips. I'm gonna keep doing videos. And like if you guys seen my ability to edit videos and get more creative was increasing, and we were just getting to the point where we were working on our own songs, where I wouldn't have to use other artists' music, right? Use their catalog, and I was just getting to that point in the game, and I never got a chance to fully unleash that. But we're not tripping, bro. I mean, I'm not saying we're not tripping. I'm not downplaying it. Like, this is not a great feeling or a good situation to be in. But nevertheless, it's like when life do you lemons, you make lemonade or make lemon pie or cry yourself a river. What are you gonna do, bro? You gotta man up. And so it's time for me to man up. And that's oh, let me like that. Thank you guys so much for the cash app, bro. I really appreciate it, bro. Because a lot of YouTubers, they lose faith if they get demonetized. They're like, bro, nobody's gonna send me a super chat, and I can't get my AdSense. I mean, not sending super chat, a cash app, and they just kind of be, going through all that stuff. Me, I'm just gonna keep the same energy. I'm gonna keep the same energy, but I'm gonna move different. Meaning, if I was tough when I got myself into this, I gotta be tough on my way out. Like, I can't now start crying and stuff. It's like, all right, man, it's like getting knocked down. Get yourself up, dust yourself off. Like, you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. Let's keep fighting. All right, so that's where we at, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, though. Let me keep my phone right next to me in case you guys send cash apps. I could have nodded at you and just tell you how much I appreciate it. All right, who else? Okay, we got the fungus is among us. He says, I am among you. I think I gave him that. Every time I seen that name, I said, the fungus is among us. Shout out to you, NYC, the fungus. All right, we got Chestnut 13 says Super Trooper got demonetized for copyright music too. All right, so he should have a way out. So, because you heard his attitude. He like, forget it, my channel screwed. I'm gonna just keep cutting up. I'm like, do not do that, bro, because you're gonna turn a bad situation into a worse situation that you can't get out of. So he better keep it cool. If that's what happened, he better keep it cool. It says K9, we need another trip soon. Well, we working on that because we possibly lost close to $1,000, and but we still grinding. So this don't speed up the trip process. If anything, we on the same course or slowed it up. It's one of them two. It didn't speed up the process. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We're gonna keep working. We're gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna be a good sport about it. So that way I could be the catalyst of, like, if this happens to you, K9 was unapologetically, about, like, not unapologetically, that's the wrong word. K9 didn't make no excuses. He manned up. He got through it, and and he kept it real with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? This stuff can happen. Rocket Block Travel says, "Yo, yeah, man, we in a predicament, Rock, but I felt like, man, if it could happen to anybody, I was one of those dudes that's like, I'm one of those dudes that could get through it. You know what I'm saying? I could get to the other side. You know what I mean? Some dudes that happen to, and that is the basically the end of them. They lose all hope and they give up completely. They just say, forget it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's not so much the case. Okay. Shout out to hold on, where's that? Shout out to Martin from Jersey. Salute to you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. It saddens my heart that you got to hear my live for the first time, and the camp is going through a little bit of things, but at least you can say, dang, when I first found out about you, y'all was doing some renovation. Yeah, man. So we tearing down and build back up, bro. So YouTube, they caught me lacking, and they got me through there. So that's basically what happened on that. But shout out to Martin from Jersey. Salute, brother. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Y'all got any questions? This is the time to ask. I will definitely be as transparent as possible. I'm not gonna tell you my social security, nothing weird like that. But I will be transparent as possible, and which I feel like I've already have been, and I will answer your questions. Says, see, that's why I told Bville E stop trying to play the rap shit on your live. Shout out to Bville E, man. That's another one of my guys I fuck with tough. And and I understand what you're saying on that, but this the thing. It's my channel, right? And I gotta take full accountability. For things that go good, it's like being Patrick Mahomes. If we win the game, Patrick Mahomes gonna get all the praise. If they lose the game, Patrick Mahomes is gonna feel the weight of that. He gotta accept. It's on him. You the captain of the ship, bro. So it's always lands on. It always lands on you because in this game we got choices. It's like I always say, some of them choices we're gonna make are gonna be good, and some are gonna be bad. Either way it goes, you had a choice along the way, and I made my choice. So now I'm making a choice to rebuild, and keep a positive attitude about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I'm a man of many things. But one thing is I'm a hustler, you know what I'm saying? And I'm resilient. So, you know what I mean? Now that I found myself in this situation, I will definitely try to step up my creativity in a way where this don't happen again. You know what I mean? You know, what did Jay-Z say? I don't wear jerseys no more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop wearing jerseys and put on a, nice little suit. You know what I'm saying? Cool little button up. Step my game up and and let my content grow with me. As I go through these experiences, I'm growing, I'm learning, and and like I said, man, if you guys feel you guys can joke about it if you want. I don't care. I haven't seen anybody joking about it. It's like, bro, uh it's it's one of them things, bro. You can't be sitting here like you can't be sitting here with your head held high when things are going good for you. And then when you get hit with some sandbags, now you got your head down one, everybody feels sorry for you. You can't, I mean, you could do it, but that's just never been my approach about things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go through this. And my main thing is just to put everybody up on game, man. So I went through this, so you ain't got to go through this. Hopefully it turns out to one of them things. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what it said. I would have people text me stuff all the time, and I'm looking at let me see. I'll read it when it finishes coming through. All right, we got who we got? Content the creator. Almost looks like the homie Corey. It is Corey. All right, it says K9, it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. Absolutely, man. And that's basically what I'm here to tell everybody. It's not about the setback, it's about the get back. And you can't keep a good dog down, especially a dog named K9. You feel me? So we over here, man. We still working, we still grinding, we still positive. I'm still gonna be going live. Um, I'm still gonna be doing my shows. Definitely have a lot cleaner version of my show that I would normally do as far as like the music and all that stuff. And I just really here to be like, it would be selfish of me, right? If this happened and I just really just kind of swept it under the rug because there's other dudes that may be in the line of fire and they just don't realize it yet. And so they may need to go do a little bit of cleaning. Maybe not. But I just wanted to at least put that out there. So if I could help save a brother, you know what I'm saying? I could say, you know what? Don't do this. Cause I learned I could have lost my channel all the way. Before I first came in, I used to see how dudes operated and thinking like, oh, okay, it was no big deal. That that's not a thing. YouTube not tripping. And then I seen like YouTube get them all the way through there. So I knew not to do that. So here I go with my channel doing it different, but still taking chances, and I ended up in a situation. So it's really my thing to just educate people on it and saying, bro, there's a platform that if it means something to you, you probably want to adhere to YouTube's guidelines and try to steer your platform from being in this situation. Instead of being mad at YouTube, be mad at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be mad at yourself, bro. I mean, don't beat yourself down, but just say, man, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna mess my shit up like that again, man. All right, cool. Now we got another cash app from my guy Xavier again. What he says, for supporting your journey. I ain't really read the dollar amounts because I don't know if y'all want me to, but Xavier been sending nice cash apps. Thank you, for being so generous, brother. I appreciate it. And like I said, we're gonna keep grinding. We still working to get our trip off, and I look forward to still taking a trip and getting my content. It did the main thing that hurt me, Xavier, in the chat. It was like if I would have took some of that stuff down, because a lot of that stuff I could have edited out and took some stuff down and still kept some of my highlight stuff on there. And I ended up taking it down. Now, what I'm thinking is at some point I might could put it back up, not in the way that it was. I think like basically just rework the whole video, make a whole different video with a actual song that like I still can use all my images and videos. I can't just delete stuff and probably put it upload it back and say, okay, I deleted the actually I could have because it allowed me to delete videos or edit them up to get them back to the green. So I probably could upload the video because they didn't strike a video. They didn't like take none of my videos down. So I could re-upload them. Now that I'm thinking about it. I would just have to make sure when I re-upload it that it don't have the same issues. And so I still have all those images and stuff on my phone, and I'm pretty sure I still got a lot of that stuff in my editing software program where I could put a new track to it, rework the footage, and repurpose the footage. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I could do that because they didn't strike the actual footage and they didn't take anything down. I was able to take it down, so I could re-upload it. Now, if YouTube takes it down, like a Pacific video, you cannot re-upload that. And like, yo, I fixed this. I took that out and tried to re-upload it, bro. You can't do that. But they didn't take anything down, so we're gonna be good. Thank you, though. Ah, man, it means a lot to me, man. Cause like, I really was coming in here like, ah, here we go, man. I'm about to, they're gonna really get at me because they feel like this is a moment of vulnerability and weakness, man. You guys been nothing but cool in the chat, and you guys been showing love on the Cash App on the CA. So I really appreciate it, man. Because you be thinking sometimes like, do people ever be serious on YouTube? So it is cool, man, to see that you guys is just being cool right now. You know what I mean? I was prepared for whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it does make me feel a lot better that, y'all at least came in and understand that like, damn, you know what I mean? He says, CC got you through there? Nah, it wasn't even CC. It wasn't even Dale. They went back and looked, bro. You know what I'm saying? They went back and looked, and because I hadn't recently re-uploaded no stuff, so they said they went back. They AI software program went back, and who knows though? But I'm just saying I couldn't put that on them. YouTube didn't say that. They said that they went back and looked and checked and this and that. So I can only go off what YouTube said. But you know what I'm saying? CC got you through there, CC gang. I doubt it. I doubt it, man. Because I did have a lot of copyrighted um stuff on my platform, like music, like so. But who knows, man? Who knows, right? I just don't want to put something on somebody that I'm not sure is true. And YouTube never said that. Now, if they want to come and say, yo, I did it and try to so they can make content and all of that, that's cool too. I say, yo, I was the reason why that happened. That's cool too. But shout out to Vegas Face though. Gaines Cap. He says, damn, did Dale Vlogs report your channel? Dale Vlogs barely know how to operate his laptop. He was up there trying to figure out how to do. he probably damn sure didn't know how to get my channel hemmed up. Del, you giving Dell Vlogs too much credit. He not educated enough to figure shit out like that. CC is, you know what I'm saying? Not Dell Vlogs. Dell Vlogs is not the sharpest tool on the shelf. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is we rebuilding, we regrinding, and we gonna be reworking, bro. Now, I'm still the same OG, bro. Ain't nothing changed besides the way I go about my content. You know what I'm saying? And so that is going to change, but I'll feel for the better. Like in some ways, it does suck because I do enjoy being able to use music and enhance videos. So that's going to suck. Um, that's definitely going to suck, but it still was like it's almost like have you guys seen the dude? What is his name? For extra. The dude was playing with fireworks and blew one of his hands off, right? And you know, a lot of people probably would expected him to feel down and boo-hooing. I mean, he did an interview recently, um, and he was a little emotional though. He was choked up a little bit, but the whole thing that he walked away with was like, I lost my hand, but I still got my life. I mean, I didn't lose my whole life. I lost my hand, okay, and that is gonna stick with me forever, and it's gonna alter my life forever. But I'm still here. And he was thankful that, as bad as things were, he recognized that they could have been a lot worse. And I feel like it changed him for the better because we know for extra, he was a wild dude. And he got to the point now where he just like I think he values what's truly important now. Like all that other stuff that was maybe a distraction. And he's still not no chump. You know what I'm saying? But he just kind of like he's thinking about how good he has it versus, normally when we're in the pursuit of happiness, bro, we're thinking about all the things we wish we had or we could get to make our lives better. You know what I'm saying? And I think he just got to the point he realized my life was already pretty good. Everybody I love and care about is safe. You know what I'm saying? He had a decent situation, ability to make money to provide for him and his family. You know what I'm saying? And you got people that cared about all the things that was important to him still exist, minus one hand. You know what I'm saying? And he was thankful for how much of it they was able to save. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful. I feel like for extra right now. I didn't lose my hand or nothing, but like I could have lost my whole platform, my whole entire platform, right? Only thing I lost was a small portion of my platform. I don't want to undermine and say a small portion, but like I didn't lose my entire platform. So I guess the monetization would be a small part because they did give me a pathway to get back, to where I was. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thankful for that. And that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan. You know what I'm saying? He said Rello got 4 of my son's channels shut down for sure. Okay, so maybe dudes do be doing stuff. I don't know. Okay, well, I don't really know about that. So maybe it is a way that they can do shit. But as far as and if they do, maybe YouTube don't disclose that to you. So I don't know. But neither here or there. Whether somebody did or they didn't, I had exposure, and I was one of the dudes that's used to advocate. So it's funny to find myself in this situation. I was a dude that used to advocate of like protecting your channel, being careful. I was telling Super that, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to be like a hypocrite. Like I'm telling, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. They got me too, and I'm like, dang, I should have been I thought I was being careful, but I wasn't being careful enough. Like I wasn't streaming other YouTubers content where they could like strike my channel, but I still had a lot of like copyrighted music, bro. There's just no way to say it, bro. I could sit here and front and fake, bro. I did that. I gotta own up to that. So either way it go, I'm not gonna I'm gonna raise the bar. I'm gonna set the standard of how you should bounce back after you find yourself getting your channel demonetized. You know what I'm saying? We're not near tier shed over here. You know what I'm saying? We not. It's not a good day at Camp Nine though. I'll tell you that. It's not a good day. I mean, it is a good day actually. You know, if I think of things, everything in totality, this is not a good day for my YouTube stuff. But it is a good day. It's a nice sunny day. I already had somebody to hit me up. They was like, well, let's hang out. They were ready to kick it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So today is still a good day, man. My daughter, she just got a job. She working. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else is still going good in my life. I just kind of messed my channel up a little bit. So it's just one of them things that I want to be the catalyst of, like, one of the dudes that's like, all right, K9 was really transparent. Okay, this is what happened. This is what happens if you're in that situation. These are your options, bro. Your options are simple, bro. Make the situation worse, or, you know, reassess and readjust. And stay clear of the things that would jeopardize your platform. Because I remember I always said people will tease you and give you a hard time. I remember people used to laugh and stuff and joke on me about about they used to laugh and joke on me about, like, oh, you know, K9, he's not gonna allow you to do that on his platform, because, you know, they were saying I was like too safe with it, right? But this is why, bro, because, you know, this stuff, this is a real thing that's going on, not just in the travel space, bro. They're booking other people too. Because it was crazy that this happened. Because last night, was it last night? I think it was maybe the night before or last night. I watched a live talking about channels being demonetized and stuff, and they're going after all kinds of people, bro. So it's just one of them things to where you just got to be careful. All right, so we got Racket Club in the building. He says, so you can't have music played on your live stream. What about DJ that make content on their crazy? I don't know, man. I just know you can use something, but it has to be changed enough, talked about enough, over and changed. Where it had a. Let me see if I can go back to it real quick. Mm, let's see. I see the actual. Okay, so it goes into more stuff right here, but it talks about you have to have changed it in a significant way or adds enough value. It says for okay. Oh, that's just talking about how you got to do it. So if you want to appeal this stuff, the format must be a video only. You should not put any appeal info in the description, less than 5 minutes long, unlisted, uploaded to the channel, uploaded to the channel you're appealing, submitted from your account, narrated in a supported language, or feature English subtitles that aren't auto generated. Um, and it gives the list of languages that you can use. You know what I mean? English, Arabic, you know, all the languages that you can use. Which is a lot of languages: Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, all that. All right. Status must be unlisted, new upload. What to include? We want to understand how you create your content and get a behind the scenes look at your progress of your videos, including your URLs on your channel within the first 30 seconds of your video. Refer to your program policy, blah blah blah. So it's just going through a lot of stuff right now. But that's if you want to appeal it. I chose not to appeal it. I just chose to basically delete and remove a lot of content and just rebuild. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it moving like that. So that's the situation I'm in. I was actually looking for some other stuff. That's why I was looking over there. That it says how you can actually use other people's content, which I didn't really do anyway. So that it just really didn't apply to me that much. But oh, I think here it goes right here. Okay, do examples of what is allowed: a funny or thoughtful revision of content you didn't originally create. Clips of other people's content as part as a critical review. So it's saying only clips. You know, clips aren't that long. A scene from a movie. Wait, a scene from a movie where you rewritten the dialogue and changed the uh, voiceover. Replay of sports tournaments where you explain what a competitor did to succeed or fail. Reenaction of videos where you committed to the original video. Edited footage from creators where you had a storyline or commentary. Those things you can do. Now, examples of things you can't do is short videos you compel from other social media websites. So you put up some short videos, but they were compelled from just different people's website and you made it into something, which I didn't do that, right? Collections of songs from different artists, even if you have their permission. Like collections of songs from different artists, even if you have their permission. So that's where I messed up at because I didn't have their permission, but if I did have their permission, the reason why it says even if you have their permission, because a lot of the artists may not own their publishing, so they can't give you permission. Even though it's their song, they don't own their publish. They might not even own their likeness. So you know what I mean? The artist wouldn't be the right person. You would have to get that permission through the actual person that owns the right to that. All right, cool. Clips of moments from your favorite show edited together with little or no narration. Content uploaded many times by other creators. Promotion of other people's content, even if you have their permission. Those are the list of things you can't do. Right? And so that's simple right there. It says it right there. Boom, boom, boom. It gives you two lists of things you can and can't do. So yeah, man. I don't know if I explained it enough to you guys. I think I have. And so like I said, man, we still working, we still building, and we still grinding. So ain't nothing changed but the scenario. So the scenario is, we have to work not harder but smarter. You know what I'm saying? Not work harder but work smarter. So I guess moving forward, what you guys can expect from my channel is just the regular schedule program minus out using copyrighted material and try not to use which I try to stay away from too. Sometimes I do mess up, but like staying away from like or maybe sometimes people on my panel might mess up using YouTube unfriendly words. And if it does happen, I'll just make sure that I'll go back and go edit it out. You know what I'm saying? And then try to, make sure that that's not happening. So yeah, this is definitely a lesson for everyone with your channel. You'll be back monetized soon. Racket Club. Yeah, I'm gonna be back, man. Like I said, man, YouTube left me a way to still continue to do business with them and be a part of, what they got going on. They just say I have to do it differently than what I've been doing it. And so it was just cool because they could have just took my channel, bro. Just to be real, they could have been like, because that would have been checkmate. If they would have took the channel, bro, that would have been checkmate, bro. They just demonetized my stuff. So I'm gonna have a good attitude about it and just say, you know what? Let me make sure that I don't throw a tantrum and say, you know what? My stuff demonetized anyway. Now I can do whatever I want, because that will get you put in checkmate. You already, you know what I'm saying, in a situation, and then they also have some other stuff like you can't cover the wars and this and that. Like doing that type of stuff can get you hemmed up. Sometimes I would have to find that part and really read like how it said it. Maybe you could, but that's a sensitive topic, bro, for YouTube. So I don't do stuff like that anyway. So that kind of really didn't matter for me. But yeah, he says just use YouTube approved music now. Well, I can use AI music too though. Like I just can't use an artist's music. So the problem with using YouTube's music sometimes is not a great selection, or we would all be doing it. It's not like they have a lot of good options on there to really put together like a lit video. But but that would be one of the things I would have to use some of YouTube's music that they have, or do my own AI stuff. You know what I'm saying? And generate my own music. You know what I'm saying? I could do that too. So those are gonna be like my options. And they do have websites where you can license the music. But I did do that one time and they didn't have a great selection either. It's like, why is none of the hip hop rap stuff on there? Why is it all this other stuff, songs I've never heard? Like, what is this? So that'd be like, but yeah, man, this is a lesson learning for everyone else. If you guys got any questions, I'll drop the link real quick. If not, I'm gonna just wrap the live up. But I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody want to come on and say like, their thoughts or anything like that. Good morning, or is it good afternoon? Let's see. It's good afternoon by now. Good afternoon. You getting your work clothes together? You gotta wash them and stuff? Gotcha. All right, cool. Anyway, man, that's basically where we at, man. Final reminder, yeah, go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, so that's basically where we at, and yeah, if y'all got nothing for me, I'm gonna wrap it up. Probably go hit the gym or something. Because normally I might go live today, but I don't know if I went live now. But anyway, I might touch down and go live later, man. If y'all have questions later, anytime, I won't be. I mean, ask me a realistic question. If you ask me something crazy, obviously I'm not going that. But if you want to ask me something related to the topic or the live or about what happened, cool. Anyway, until the next time, it's your boy No Fair Entertainment. Much love and respect. Y'all be cool. Thank you once again for Keith and my guy Xavier showing love, channel support. I appreciate it. It really means a lot. It just says a lot that it just still means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. Till the next time, it's your boy, and I'm out. Yeah.